Mid lane turret also goes down. The flash engage from Faker.
2015년 월드 챔피언십 조별리그 SKT와 EDG의 두 번째 경기였습니다.
Later on into very just teamfight centric builds too.
Yeah, the catch comp once again. It seems like Faker has the idea of, I really want a rune prison for a Kalista, so I can just lock her down, we can exploit her in that moment and take her.
I do really like what happened with the Rise vs. Kalista. It did work very well for SKT the first time around. That was the matchup they got for themselves. But EDG, I think, have done a very good job in champs, like right here. Before, they lost both their solo lanes to SK Telecom T1. They lost the Darius Rek'Sai matchup, or Renekton matchup, and they lost the Echo vs. Rise matchup. Now, EDG gets to last pick, or basically counterpick both their solo lanes. Now it's Gnar and the Darius, and it's last pick for Pawn. EDG should have a much better laning phase now.
It's the Twisted Fate. That would make some sense.
And this would be very good for the lane match itself. Great gank synergy, target stun, come with a Gragas afterwards, as well as getting around the map and setting up all these picks. Yeah. We've seen so many good TFs at Worlds so far. I love seeing the champion. There it is.
In addition to the 1v1 that is actually pretty passive because Rise really can't punish the TF. TF has really good spacing in lane, stands at a distance, farms safely. When Rise goes in for the chain combo, it will get broken with a gold card. TF can simply walk away in that sense. So
경기가 시작된 뒤 페이커와 폰은 미드에서 맞붙었습니다.
Breeze is still going to be for EDG. He does not have 1500 gold. And that's going to be a rough bottom lane.
초반 킬은 마린과 뱅기가 만들었고 미드에서는 아직 킬이 나오지 않았습니다.
Here comes the push. Minion wave is in. Bengi should be pulling aggro first, just like last time. Gonna pull in and go towards Marin. Oh, there's no chance! Oh man, that took him 2 seconds flat.
Didn't even need the cocoon that time. It was just the apprehend and that was enough.
yeah, look at mid lane. Faker is playing passive because he knows his team members are setting up a gank in the top lane. All he needs to do is survive and CS. Where has Clearlove been back into the game? They really like vision denial, trying to make picks that way. But Pawn is already level 8, approaching 9. And he needs to start teleporting around the map. TF is picked for his global ultimate because if you look at Faker, he's comfortably farming away, has 2 mana items already completed. That is no combat stats, but that's gonna build and build up over time into incredibly high damage potential. Whereas Pawn, he's in his peak kind of right now. Between like 11 and 16, that's where he wants.
11분 두 팀 모두 바텀 교전에 합류할 수 있는 상황이었습니다.
Have that much power, but this hook is pretty good on a Wolf.
Yeah, the box goes down as well. Wolf actually flashing out of the way. Nice damage here from Deft and Mako as Mako's still trying to get in. The Destiny comes down. Pawn does have the flash. There's the gold card. Deft picks up the kill.
Double
Faker teleports in. Marin's here as well. The one singular teleport from Amazing J is going to be cancelled as EDG. Triple apprehend from Marin as he may clear this one up. Bengi picks up the kill on Clearlove, but it's a 1-for-1 in the end.
Hey, look at Amazing J. He knew exactly that he had to cancel his teleport right there.
첫 어시스트를 올린 페이커는 상대 블루 쪽까지 들어갔습니다.
Well, Deft takes away the Grump, but the blue buff is going to be stolen. Faker actually picks that one up. Blue available for SKT, but they're just going to go for this dragon here as well. The first one, 13 minutes and 20 seconds into the game, and this will be unanswered by EDG.
Now mid lane turret also goes down. The flash engage from Faker.
Yeah, there's the rune prison in there. All of the spells, all of the time. Faker, the 1v1 against Pawn.
And that's with Rod of Ages and Tears still stacking up.
And we talked about this matchup earlier. We said Rise can't touch TF because he will get gold carded every time he aggresses. Well, Faker flashed the instant that Pawn launched his blue card at the minions to get mana. So that card, pick a card, was on cooldown for the entirety of that exchange. And Faker doesn't need much time to kill you if he can gap close. Pawn's flash wasn't available right there. So really smart move.
SKT가 미드 1차 포탑까지 밀자 EDG가 미드에 인원을 모았습니다.
Stomach Destiny comes in. Faker, he's going to get stunned up. Teleports from both top laners coming in as well. Fate's call's already down. The box in a fantastic position. EDG losing so much health though. The donk from Marin. Deft still alive at the moment as Amazing J with a big Nara.
Oh, the heal!
That was insane. Double kill now for this top laner. Pawn gets dunked at the same time and Bang's just hopping everywhere.
Absolutely amazing fight. SK Telecom T1 with the ace for only 2 kills.
And it looked grim at the start. And actually, this was probably the best way it could go for EDG. Faker oversteps his boundaries, but instantaneously, Marin TP's down. And they don't even need Faker to win that fight. All he needed to do was soak some damage. So much damage came out of Marin there.
And so much healing
at the end as well.
이 교전에서 페이커는 1데스를 기록했고 3어시스트를 올렸습니다.
When you have 3 really big threats, they had to burst Faker, then they realized that Marin would drain pink them, plus had the Noxskin Might on already, so what are you going to do except ignore the Tristana?
And this is another point where you just tunnel so hard onto Faker when you're up against SKT because Def used his Rend incredibly early just to slow Faker down and then couldn't kill Marin in that team fight. He just couldn't get the damage across.
And this is a stylistic mismatch between these two compositions that we touched on earlier in Champ Select. EDG, they want to make picks, they want to pour in and punish you from being in a bad position, but once all 5 members are combined, SKT win the teamfight. They have a favorable teamfight composition, especially in the early to mid game, where Elise doesn't fall off at all. Her damage, her base damage is very, very much so relevant still, and they just have too many threats to deal with. EDG, Tunnel Vision on Faker, well, there's 4 other SKT members ready to kill you.
And the thing is, Faker's ready to answer whatever EDG does as well. After he finished the Rod Evasion in the tier, he grabs upgraded boots and gets Distortion enchant. So his Summoner Teleport is on a much, much lower cooldown. It's sitting at 223 seconds. It's under 4 minutes now, and that's if he goes to a ward. It's even shorter when he goes for things like turrets.
Yeah, to compare that to Destiny, Destiny right now is at 114 seconds, so for every 1 teleport, roughly give or take, there are 2 Destinies available, but that means Pawn has to be able to use them on cooldown. And SKT's River Vision has been really great so far, so they usually have a good idea of where Pawn is moving, and then they play accordingly on the lane.
SKT가 미드에서 다시 압박하자 EDG는 교전을 열어야 했습니다.
About to get destroyed if it weren't for Fate's Call.
Will they go in though?
Going to be there.
Marin's in front. Oh no! Mako chose to go in. That's cast by the support. He dies for free. Marin at a 1v2 gets the double heal though. Def's life is not good. Dunk comes through. One more hit will kill him. He'll bleed to death for sure. Faker kills off Clear Love. Def's somebody else keeps him alive, but that was silly.
Yeah, I think silly is basically the only word for that. I mean, I don't know why the Fate's Call was used to re-engage, but the Black Shield was fantastic. There wasn't even a knockup from that.
Yeah, Panic Play overall just didn't really use their vision. If you're fighting to dark, you have to make a guesstimate. Are they there? Then they die. If they're not there,
it's easy.
Yep.
Press R.
Can't really excuse that play from Mako overall. I think EDG are grasping at straws right now.
바론까지 가져간 SKT는 EDG의 정글로 들어갔습니다.
Here flashes on top of him.
Still stunned.
That is the ballsy play. The Ignite goes down. Black Shield's there, and Bang's gonna secure it. Faker teleporting in just to say hi to Pawn's corpse.
I don't know Pawns could walk backwards. You see what happens though. Breaks the rules, still dies anyway.
Yeah.
Oh man, SKT kings in this game. They're gonna move into the base right now. Faker flashes in for Mako.
Fantastic exhaust is going to be used though as Bengi. He comes down, but Amazing J finds his way underneath the turret, but that's so much damage. This Bang's going to lock it down, and this is going to be the base broken for EDG.
SKT support beating on EDG's mid laner. SKT's mid laner beating on EDG support. Everybody beating each other here, but EDG are the losing team every single trade here. Really good aggressive moves here overall from SKT1. They know exactly when they can win a trade with an aggressive flash, using that to their advantage. And they actually close here already at before 24 minutes.
Wow.
Fair enough, minions. It's going to make it happen. Marin still looking to try and get something done, but Clear Love and Pawn, they're just sitting on the fountain, watching their Nexus get destroyed. The 2-0 against EDG here for SKT. And it is a house that is down.
And in a battle that many people thought was a preview of the finals, SK Telecom T1 win in under 24 minutes. They make it look easy. Losing matchups, no problem. Winning matchups, destroy you.
페이커의 최종 기록은 2킬 1데스 5어시스트였습니다. SKT의 16킬 가운데 페이커는 7킬을 반영했습니다. SKT는 23분 38초 만에 EDG를 꺾고 두 번의 맞대결을 모두 이겼습니다. 파란 카드가 빠지자 바로 전멸로 들어간 페이커 라이즈 블루카드 솔킬 사건입니다. 롤 사건 사고 누이를 검색하시면 더 많은 영상을 시청하실 수 있습니다. 영상을 시청해주셔서 정말 감사합니다.